I started doing college in the month of August in 2019, just to get back to my home after just 6 months of joining the college because of the COVID-19. I returned to the college in March 2022, and just after 2 weeks of going to the college, I got an internship in a company. So let's see what happened in those 2 years that get me an internship for a student who attended the college for like 6 months and stayed in the home for almost 2 years. Hello everyone, I'm Jagan. I'm currently doing an internship in a software company. I'm also doing a bachelor's in information technology. It's a 4-year course. I registered for the course in the month of March 2019, just after finishing my schoolings. I entered into the college with a lot of dreams and with a feeling to do something great. With that being said, just after 6 months of joining the college, I returned to my home because of the lockdown that caused due to the COVID. And adding to that, in those 6 months that I were in the college, they taught me the basics of C, math, chemistry, and few other subjects. And for the people who are new to the programming, C is the basic programming language that usually people start with to get started in the programming. Talking about C programming, I already learned the basics of C in the 12th grade of my schooling. So basically, the first 6 months of the college went like a warm-up session, and just after entering into the second semester, the college asked everybody to move to their home because of the lockdown. And after returning to the home, the colleges started to conduct the online classes, and you might know how online classes went, right? Yeah. But I felt like I got a lot of time to do the things that I always wanted to do. So I started exploring the things that I love to do. So I tried web development, Unity, Blender, and then app development. After trying all these things, I felt like app development is the thing that suits me. So I decided to learn app development more. And for those people who are new here, I'm an app developer currently doing an internship based on Android app development. So now all these things might make sense, right? The reason why I got the internship just after entering into the third year is because of all the things that I learned about app development in the last 2 years by myself. If you want to know more about how the 2 years of app development went, I made a video about that. You can find the link for that video in the top right corner of this video right now and also in the description. But in this video, I'm going to share with you how exactly I learned app development all by myself just using the internet. There are two main sources that you can use to learn app development. The one is of course YouTube, and the second one is pretty interesting. It's actually the Android's documentation. But before start building apps, first you should know some programming languages like Java or Kotlin, because Android app development is mainly based on Java and Kotlin. And if you are hearing Kotlin for the first time, it's actually the recommended programming languages for Kotlin by Google, and almost 60% of the professional Android app developers use Kotlin to build Android apps. It's pretty new and very similar to Java. So if you're already familiar with Java, I strongly recommend you to go with Kotlin this time. And for those people who just started programming or very new to programming, first start learning the programming languages like C and practice that for a while, and then switch to Java and then switch to Kotlin. You can literally find all the tutorials for all these languages in YouTube. That's exactly how I learned Java and Kotlin, but I also read some books on Java and Kotlin. Those are ebooks. If you are done with the basics or if you already know the basics of Java, I heavily recommend you to read the Head First Java and Head First Kotlin. Those books are so good. They teach programming in the way of storytelling. Those books definitely helped me a lot to learn those languages. But if you are just starting with the programming, I recommend you to go with YouTube tutorials to get some idea about how programming works and then switch to books. In my opinion, reading books is one of the best ways to learn programming languages. You can almost get any books for free in the online, but just the PDF version. I myself actually read the Head First Java as a hard copy and read Kotlin in the PDF version. Both of them are nice, but if you really want to feel like reading the actual book, you can buy the Head First Java and Head First Kotlin from Amazon. I will share the link in the description. So once you are done with the programming languages, move towards the tutorials on Android. All I did was I just searched for Android app development on YouTube, and I just got tutorials which are 10 and 12 hours long. I just watched those whole tutorial, practiced a lot, and again, if you really want to know how those 2 years of app development went, watch my 2 years of app development progress video. So after completing those tutorials, you definitely have some idea about how app development works. So then start practicing. Practice every single day. What all I did was just watch the tutorials and straight away entered into building my own project. You will definitely get a lot of questions, but you can search for it on Google, Stack Overflow, and now you have ChatGPT. You can just ask it, and for most of the cases, it usually gives the right answer. So try to build the project that you always wanted to build, or if you have any cool ideas, you can try to implement that. So what I'm trying to say is practice every single day and build some new stuff so you have some stuff to show with others to show your app development skills. And the second way that you can learn app development is by using the Android's documentation. YouTube tutorials are fine to just get started and build basic apps. But if you really want to get good at app development, you should learn a lot of new things that are not mentioned in those tutorials. Tutorials or just give you some idea about how app development works. With that idea, you have to search for Google, you have to look into the documentations to understand how it actually works, and if you read those documentations, you will get more idea about how you can implement it by yourself. The another very cool thing about the documentation is all the new features that are available in app development or just get first updated in the documentation, and people who are making tutorials about the topic usually learn it from the documentation. Once you got some idea about how app development works, just read the documentations. Like when you are searching for something, instead of looking it in the Stack Overflow, look it in the documentation. You get to know more features that are not mentioned in the tutorials. So by using those things, you can build apps more efficiently. Like recently, I found a thing called Jetpack Compose, which is going to be the game changer in my opinion, because you can build apps for iOS, Android, web, Mac, desktop, and all these platforms with just one code. Isn't that awesome? And also there is another thing called KMM. Believe me dudes, these things are going to be the game changers of web development. So I really like to make a video about that. So if you guys really want that, let me just know in the comment section. Maybe like if more than 10 people commented that they want this video, I'm definitely making it. So that's going to be it for this video. Take care.